The key to greater health is making little, gradual improvements. The vast majority of individuals find that the typical strategy of making unrealistic New Year's resolutions ineffective since, on average, 9 out of 10 of us fail to keep our resolutions. Making a commitment to never drink again, to go to the gym 7 times per week, or to quit eating junk food are all too ambitious and overly general. The New Year's crash diet is another popular resolution, although it frequently goes horribly wrong. Even if you can maintain your calorie restriction for longer than a few weeks, trying to drop significant in weight in just a few weeks is counterproductive. A much more successful strategy is to gradually introduce modest habits that can be sustained every day and help you feel better without limiting your lifestyle. Setting attainable goals is more beneficial than deciding to cease a behavior entirely, according to scientific research. For instance, if you aim to include 1 new plant in each meal, the benefit is greater and no restriction is required. 1. To ensure variety, try to eat 30 different kinds of plants every week. The majority of us have heard government messaging encouraging us to consume 5 fruits and vegetables per day, but scientific data suggests that this advice is out of date and that we should consider a considerably wider range of plant-based foods. Aiming for 30 different plants each week is a better strategy than eating the same 5 fruits and vegetables every day. Diverse forms of fiber are essential to ensure that you are supporting gut health by having as many advantageous gut microorganisms as possible, since diverse types of fiber are necessary for gut germs to thrive. Variety is enjoyable, especially when you realize that the 30 servings a week can also include seasonal vegetables like Jerusalem artichokes and cabbage, apples, pears, crisp seeds and nourishing almonds, earthy mushrooms, and acidic olives. 2. Regularly use mixed spices in your cuisine to promote intestinal health. Spices are unsung heroes because they enrich our diet with flavor, color, and protective plant compounds called polyphenols. In addition to using fiber as fuel, our gut microorganisms consume polyphenols to produce the numerous chemical compounds known as postbiotics, which are effectively our own unique immune system pharmacy. Popular spices like turmeric and saffron have received excellent press for their anti-inflammatory properties, and more recent studies have demonstrated that merely adding a teaspoon of a spice blend to your food on a daily basis can improve the composition of your gut microbiome and your metabolism. Experiment with different spices and make adding these polyphenol powerhouses to our food a new daily habit. This is one of the easiest things we can do for our gut flora and our taste buds. 3. When cooking and seasoning your food, use extra virgin olive oil. Since there have been concerns about the risks of eating highly oxidized oil molecules from high heat frying, cooking oils have been a hot topic of discussion. Since the dangerous compounds often only emerge after reheating oil numerous times at extremely high temperatures for deep frying, the majority of the concerns regarding these compounds don't apply to home cooking. It is also important to keep in mind that the high polyphenol content of extra virgin olive oil acts as a secret weapon against oxidation. Despite having a lower smoke point than other oils, this rarely poses an issue when cooking the majority of dishes, and the fact that it contains up to 600 times as many polyphenols as all other oils easily negates any drawbacks of cooking. This indicates that extra virgin olive oil will still have more health benefits than a comparable seed oil or butter, even if you cook it in your oven at a high temperature, above 200 C. It's no secret that the populations with the longest lifespans drink this olive fruit juice for everything, and we are aware that this practice follows logical scientific principles. 4. Before eating your mushrooms, sunbathe them. Sunbathing our mushrooms is an easy yet efficient approach to enhance the amount of vitamin D2 in our diet. A natural vitamin D precursor is abundant in mushrooms, and it turns out that exposing them to sunshine helps make a lot more vitamin D2. We spend hundreds of millions of dollars annually as a country on vitamin D supplements that are most likely not as efficient as this approach. Increased consumption of mushrooms is a terrific approach to increase our intake of beneficial substances found only in mushrooms, as well as a variety of fiber and plant protein. Additionally, they have been demonstrated to be a helpful addition to the diet of cancer patients receiving chemotherapy, most likely because they support the immune system. 5. Instead of peeling and tossing your vegetables' colorful outer layers, eat them. Before preparing and eating broccoli, cauliflower, and mushroom stalks, many of us will eliminate their outer leaves. We also often peel apples and pears. The problem is that most of the plant's defensive compounds are produced in those external leaves and skin, which prevents the plant from surviving in environments that are too cold, dry, or dark. Non-organic vegetables include pesticides on their exterior surfaces, therefore, it is important to thoroughly clean your produce before cooking it. You may also soak your produce in a solution of water and bicarbonate of soda to eliminate any remaining pesticides. Even though I find kiwi peel to be a bit much, some of my friends claim it provides extra bite and texture, so give it a shot. 6. Swap out a stock cube for miso. Many of our dishes benefit from the flavor, salt, and essential umami depth that the reliable stock cube brings. Miso, however, is a different flavor enhancer that is one of the oldest fermented foods in the world and carries a powerful umami punch. If you add this gooey, dark paste at the finish of cooking, its probiotic benefits will remain intact. It goes great in soups, stews, sauces, and dressings. Avoid boiling temperatures that kill it. Cooking with live bacteria, such as miso, is a great approach to maintain the health of our digestive tract. 7. Select Tabasco hot sauce. The UK is known for its love of condiments, and we are eager to top our food with pickles and ketchups that are high in sugar. However, there is one condiment that stands out for its high concentrations of healthy plant compounds from the blend of spices and peppers it includes and is also a fermented food. This condiment is created in the USA but is enduringly popular here. The modest little Tabasco bottle has returned to my kitchen shelf in order to give my taste receptors and gut microorganisms that extra zip without the use of sugar. 8. 10 minutes prior to cooking, mince your onion and garlic. This prevents the heating process from destroying the advantageous polyphenols, known as sulforaphanes. It is simple to save the beneficial sulforaphanes that ordinarily disappear when onions and garlic are cooked by chopping them at the beginning of your cooking procedure and letting them rest before using them. An easy idea is to chop your garlic and onions in bulk and then freeze them for later use so that you always have a sulforaphane-rich reserve available. 9. Replace your bland green iceberg lettuce with colorful varieties that are high in polyphenols. Although iceberg lettuce is high in water and helps keep us hydrated, it lacks the healthy plant chemicals that give other lettuces, like Lalo Rosso, their distinctive colors and flavors. It's simple to switch to lettuce that does more than merely outlive our former Prime Minister, since polyphenols are great food for our gut microorganisms. 10. For more fiber, select pasta made from spelt or chickpeas. Although pasta is wonderful, many of us experience blood glucose rises after eating it. Choose spelt or chickpea pasta instead of your traditional pasta meal for more fiber, a lower blood sugar peak, and less stress on your body. 11. Use the same sauces and swap pasta for beans or other legumes. Traditional pasta meals have some of the best sauces. For pasta alla norma, aubergines with tomatoes, basil, and salty ricotta; for cannelloni, spinach, nutmeg, and ricotta. However, we don't consume enough beans or other legumes. Combining beans with your favorite sauce is a quick and easy approach to make eating beans delicious. Begin by introducing just a tablespoon of beans, such as butter beans, to your diet. As your gut microorganisms become accustomed to the presence of beans in your diet, you can gradually increase the percentage you use. We all stand to gain by consuming more beans because they are an excellent source of protein, fiber, polyphenols, and complex carbs, and they are reasonably priced. 12. Opt for steel-cut, slow-cooked oats for breakfast rather than quick. Instant oats are processed so they cook more quickly, But this processing also makes the sugar they contain more quickly enter our bloodstream. This explains why many of us experience a significant sugar rise after eating a bowl of quick oats, especially if they are boiled in water and then topped with honey or another sweetener. Porridge is really detrimental for my blood sugar response, as demonstrated by my own results utilizing Zoe's individualized nutrition program. Steel-cut oats, which take longer to cook but offer so much more in terms of flavor and minerals, such as B vitamins and fiber, are the best choice if you want to have a warm bowl of oats for breakfast. In place of sugar, syrups, and jams that are high in readily available sugar, add seeds, nuts, and fresh fruit to the porridge. 13. To maximize nutrition, steam your vegetables only briefly. In addition to being boring to eat, the green beans and broccoli I grew up eating had most of their nutrients boiled and then drained off by simmering in a lot of water. Simply lightly steam your vegetables in little water for a few minutes to keep their nutrients and crunchy texture when cooking, because many plant nutrients are water-soluble and sensitive to high heat. 14. As inexpensive, wholesome substitutes, use frozen peas and green beans. Greens begin to lose their nutritious value as soon as they are plucked because to oxidation. Frozen vegetables have the advantage of being collected and frozen within hours, which stops the oxidative process and preserves the nutrients. In addition, frozen vegetables keep well in the freezer, making them ideal for anyone trying to increase their plant intake while watching their spending and reducing food waste. 15. Include a few fermented items in your daily diet. Foods that have undergone fermentation are increasingly simple to find and inexpensive to manufacture at home. Adding a little kefir to your yogurt, a pinch of sauerkraut to your cheese or salad, or a teaspoon of miso to your soup are simple ways to introduce fermented foods to your diet. This is encouraging because we only need a small amount to get the benefits. Another simple method is to switch to kombucha, a fermented tea that is better for your glucose metabolism than soda. 16. Constantly consume full-fat yogurt without flavorings or sweets. The simple plain yogurt has been transformed by food producers into hundreds of various food items, the most of which are bad. There are a variety of flavors available, from toffee to cranberry, as well as low-fat, high-protein, low-sugar, and other variations. Many of these flavored and modified yogurts contain sweeteners and additives, and thus should be classified as ultra-processed foods, especially if they are intended for children. One of the most straightforward changes we can make for our health, especially for kids, is to return to eating natural, live yogurt. 17. Choose dark chocolate over milk chocolate that has more than 70% cacao. Chocolate has a long history of being demonized as an evil food that supports unhealthful diets. In actuality, dark chocolate that is at least 70% cocoa is beneficial to our health. Research demonstrates that it has excellent effects on our emotions and taste senses, in addition to being beneficial for the health of our intestines, blood vessels, and even during pregnancy. Eat a few squares of premium chocolate to train your taste buds to appreciate the bitter, complex flavors of the healthful polyphenols that are only found in dark chocolate. 18. For polyphenols, opt for a single glass of red wine rather than white wine or beer. Since both alcohol itself and the breakdown products are pro-inflammatory and neurotoxic, drinking alcohol is typically regarded as bad for you. However, not all alcohol is made equal. For example, red wine has hundreds of different molecules that are related to resveratrol, a polyphenol that is healthy for our biology and gut flora. Choosing red wine in moderation can help to lessen some of the harmful effects of alcohol consumption. To improve your gut and heart, sip a glass of wine with each meal. 19. Opt for handmade or unpasteurized cheese rather than highly processed types. Since we were misinformed that cheese was unhealthy, we have lost touch with one of the original fermented foods. Cheese has been transformed into cheese strings, cheese slices, and processed cheese blocks with no bacterial strains left since it was first used to preserve milk as a portable, nutrient-dense food. Live probiotic strains can be found in unpasteurized cheeses, artisan cheeses, and cheeses made from pasteurized milk by adding certain culture strains. They taste better, too. 20. Select sauerkraut devoid of vinegar to guarantee the presence of active microorganisms. Vinegar is often used to preserve pickled vegetables. When purchasing sauerkraut and other fermented vegetables, ensure they haven't had vinegar added to them because vinegar destroys microorganisms. The traditional fermented veggies fermentation byproducts are what give them their acidic and more intriguing flavor.